We're here at the Tribeca Film Festival looking at all the cool VR experiences, and one of the most immersive ones is Blackout, which lets you simulate being inside a New York City subway car.
So Blackout, it's a virtual reality documentary that we created at Scatter, and it's when you walk into it, you find yourself in the New York City subway surrounded by a group of people. You start to discover in the experience that you have the ability to listen to people's internal thoughts.
I'm married to an Irish.
I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I work for a firm in the city.
What we wanted people to feel in Blackout is intimacy and a sense of community with strangers around ourselves. And the idea would be that it's like This American Life for VR, where each episode we're talking about a certain meta theme or a certain topic, and we're exploring different topics within that larger topic. We are making the episode live as we go at Tribeca Film Festival, and I think it's probably one of the more human stories that we're telling. It is real people. We have this evolving cast, which is really unique. You will never meet the same people every time you watch it. Everybody will have a unique experience. Every time you ride it, you can also choose who you want to spend time with. And for episode 1, we're exploring in this kind of political climate, what does it really mean to be American, and the idea of otherness, from a vet returning to the United States to someone who is an immigrant to someone who is transgender. Like, it's exploring it from all the different and the very diverse voices. And the idea would be you would still relate to them even if you don't agree, and hopefully you'll fall in love with some of the people you'll meet on the train.
We're excited about creating projects which we feel somewhere between video games and cinema. And one of our core assertions is that right now there's a new kind of medium emerging it's neither one nor the other. And for us, a lot of references for this project were the film Wings of Desire. In that film you do sort of hear some of the thoughts of strangers all over the city, and in some cases a train.
Wann werdet ihr endlich mit eigenen Worten reden?
Another big reference for us was radio stories, and these stories that feel like a conversation, where it's less of a sort of linear narrative and more of the sense that you're sort of in the middle of a conversation. The inspiration for Blackout took many forms. We've been creating this in-house tool, Depth Kit, for quite a while, and we're just on the verge of being able to make this multi-camera capture stage that allowed us to place people into virtual spaces and give viewers the ability to physically walk around. And so in here we have a total of 5 Depth Kit rigs, and what that is it's a combination of, in this case, an Xbox Kinect and a Blackmagic camera. We can place any of the passengers that are taking part in our experience. We capture them from all sides, and then we can add them almost like a little asset into our train car. We can move them around and place them where we need to, and then we hit play almost like a video, and they kind of recreate whatever performance that we captured here. What that means is we can create a big sort of social environment in our train. We have right now about 15 people inside of our train car, and we're continuing to add to it. We'll probably have about 30, maybe 35 people by the end of the festival added to our project.
It's really different than a lot of other 3D modeling software because it's capturing a 3D model at 30 frames a second. And we're doing that because we're able to get this live 3D data off of these high-tech sensors. And then what DepthKit facilitates is the ability to wrangle that data and make it actually usable and expressive within a game engine. So in a lot of ways you can think of it as a replacement for 3D modeling for characters. We are actually able then to just capture characters. And this is really appealing for filmmakers who come from a live action background, who when they think about telling stories, they're saying, you know, I have an actor, I want to put them on a stage and then put them into my world. So DepthKit enables filmmakers to tell their stories, but still start using game engines to work with a VR environment.
We do have a team that is a documentary filmmaking team from the casting process, who are our story producers. Our collaborator, Hannah Jayanti, who's like a documentary filmmaker, who's conducting our long-form interviews. But then we have the DepthKit side and the post-production side, which is a new tool and a new workflow. It's almost the complete marriage or collision of the documentary process with, I guess, how you would develop games.
Our philosophy with it is that it's an accessible volumetric filmmaking toolkit, and what that means is it gives people on a limited budget, filmmakers in general, the ability to actually create this kind of work. VR has an opportunity to sort of take you to faraway places, to kind of distant and unfamiliar places, but our intention was to take people sort of radically close to home and give them a different experience of being somewhere where many people spend every day.
I think for me the most surprising thing about Blackout, as someone who comes from a very tech and new media background, is just the generosity of all the people we've been working with, our cast. Like, everybody has been using this as a platform to really share their stories and reveal themselves in a way that's very vulnerable. And I think it just makes us all feel so honored and privileged to be working with such an amazing group of New Yorkers, and hopefully other people will feel that way as well when they hear their stories.